Why can't a short, bald woman be a martial artist? Leave Krillin alone! Leave her alone! What's up everybody, StevDeS here, and welcome to another Dragon Ball Day. This DB Day is brought to you by the commenter Death Cheat, who asked with no question mark, StevDeS, can you do what if Krillin was female? Well, as I responded to you, my lineup's done for right now, so why not? Let's go ahead and tackle this one. The first thing that came to mind was a bald girl sailing over the ocean with far more girly magazines than necessary in order to get the training from Master Roshi. Dragon Ball was inspired by the story of Journey to the West, a Chinese novel. When I think of Krillin, my mind immediately goes to Chinese martial arts, specifically the Shaolin. I did some digging as far as the Shaolin martial arts, and there's actually one of the legendary 5 elders was a woman named Wu Mei. If I completely butchered that, go ahead and berate me in the comments. She is said to have mastered several martial arts and is a historical icon among the Shaolin. Such a story being taught would be more than enough inspiration for little Krillin to really make a difference and want to be a great martial artist. Like what? Oh, well honestly, Krillin sounds quite masculine to me, and I thought maybe changing the R to a vowel would add a little bit more of a femininity to the name, so Krillin in this timeline is going to be Krillin. From there, I can't really see much change as far as Dragon Ball's plot. Krillin wasn't exactly a big part of it, but Krillin did contribute here and there. I'd say the maybe biggest change would be the little crush that was formed from Krillin and Goku training. A little kid crush, you know, one of those playground crushes. But that playground crush does develop more once Krillin realizes that Goku used a wish on the dragon to bring her back to life. She feels important. Other than that, Krillin would actually be on good terms with Bulma, and they would have girl talks every now and then. Goku, however, is clueless. And after Anonymous is revealed to be Chi-Chi in the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, Krillin loses hope. Keep in mind, Krillin's still that character. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of confidence. I believe this would carry over to the female version of Krillin. Krillin wouldn't have a lot of confidence, and she wouldn't just outright say it after Chi-Chi's gone through such pains like that. Eventually, after some thinking, maybe talking with Yamcha or Tien, you know, about martial arts and how much it means to Goku, being a best friend probably would be enough. Oh, it's okay, Krillin. You'll get someone in time. And speaking of time, during the Saiyan saga, she does kind of impress Vegeta at the fact that this woman warrior is keeping up with the rest of them. Being able to destroy 2 Cybermen and hold off Nappa, with Piccolo's help, sure, is still kind of a feat. After the Scatter Bullet and Destructo Disc, Vegeta knows there's a little bit more to these humans. They're kind of tricky. The Namek Saga is where Krillin decides to change things. Remember that Krillin and Bulma are, you know, gal pals. They'll talk about stuff. And sure enough, while it's just you, a kid, and your gal pal on a ship, you're gonna have a conversation, you're gonna talk about some stuff, get some stuff off your chests. I meant chests. And at this point, volunteering to go with the first group, Krillin would want to show what she can do. Maybe attract someone down the way. She's kind of lonely in her existence, so she wants someone important. And she knows that Bulma has someone important. Maybe she could offer a bit of advice. You know, in getting a guy. One of those nights when Gohan is asleep on the ship, Krillin and Bulma are up late, and they're having a talk, you know, instant coffee, whatever have you. That's where Krillin pops the question, asking, how did she and Yamcha even become a thing? And that's when Bulma puts a little something in perspective. Look at their relationship. The only reason their relationship really worked out is because she was willing to push him just like he was willing to push her. It was kind of a mutual pushing of each other. Like, no, not like that. She helped him get over his fear of women, and for that, he was very grateful and wanted to treat Bulma really well. That just sparked something, and that confidence is what made the relationship work. Krillin has no confidence in herself. Bulma tells her that she needs to buck up and show a man that she is worth it in the end, that she is a warrior, and that's exactly who she's going to be. She doesn't need to change herself in any way, shape, or form. She just needs to get the right guy to see her for who she is and not worry about changing a bit. Maybe a little bit. A little bit of makeup would do something. One other thing to mention is that Krillin would have grown her hair out by now. With the training with Roshi, Krillin would have maybe gotten a hairdo similar to the one that we see in Buu Saga Krillin. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit flatter, maybe styled differently because Bulma's a gal pal. Regardless, she would grow it out to try to get away from the monks that bullied her about wanting to be a martial artist. Krillin takes this to heart, and throughout the Namek Saga, we actually get a little bit more character development as far as Krillin. She, in fact, is far more assertive this time around. And before Gohan has his little temper tantrum and decides to kick Dodoria across the face, Krillin acts. On the planet, Krillin and Gohan would be reading the power levels of those guys, and they're really strong. So Krillin would come up with a plan so that they can save someone before Gohan loses it. Women tend to be more attuned to someone's emotions and be able to read that, so she doesn't want Gohan to go off the deep end. She knows about Gohan's anger problems by now. She jumps in the air and uses a solar flare just as Kago is about to die, and sure enough, they're able to rescue the kids. Kago and Dende are saved. The best part about this, in my opinion, means that Dodoria lives a little bit longer. When writing these what-ifs, you have to consider both the villain and the hero in every aspect. And considering Dodoria was just knocked aside and killed by Vegeta, this doesn't happen. Dodoria survives a little bit longer. And Dodoria and Zarbon go on to capture Vegeta a little bit later in the saga. Both kids, quite thankful, decide to help these Earthlings. And Kago suggests about Guru, being able to bring out some latency in them. Krillin goes for it, just like in the anime, and takes Kago with her. Dende and Gohan go back to Bulma. Things continue until Vegeta finds Bulma, and in turn, Zarbon finds Vegeta. But it's not just Zarbon, it's Zarbon and Dodoria. Because of how dangerous Vegeta is at this point, and them finding out about the villages, Frieza doesn't want to risk anything. They need to get the Saiyan, and they need to get him now. Therefore, with both of them there, Zarbon wouldn't make the stupid mistake of leaving Vegeta for dead. They both would bring Vegeta back. After giving him a pounding, sure, but Vegeta would have less of a Zenkai boost for this. He'd effectively be on par with Zarbon's second form. Seeing that Vegeta is going 2-on-1 and realizing he's pretty much the best hope they have right now, Krillin decides to step forward and assist him.
What do you think you're doing, Earthwoman? Stand aside! I'll be there to deal with you in a minute.
I'm just evening the playing field. You know, 2-on-1 isn't a fair battle. That's dishonorable. And I don't like the pink one anyway. Together, they trounce the duo, and sure enough, Vegeta ends him, kills him. Krillin wasn't going to, but she's glad Vegeta did. This earns a bit of respect from the Prince of All Saiyans. However, he's still going full rebel, and he's not leaving without that Dragon Ball. Krillin still stands her ground against Vegeta, but the battle doesn't last long, and she's trounced all the same. However, because of her honorable fighting, she's left with just a few scars and not dead. You know, mercy. How about that? Bulma, however, is proud of Krillin for standing her ground even against the Prince of all Saiyans. Considering she was clearly outclassed, that took some guts. Maybe she did find some confidence on this planet. Proceedings continue until after the Ginyu Force arrive, when Vegeta's telling them about the Ginyu Force and how powerful they are. Before Vegeta takes off, Krillin stops him and tells him about the power-up. Tells him to think about how she was able to keep up with those two guys earlier and at least do a little something when he fought her. This power-up would be beneficial for him, and if these guys are really as dangerous as he says, he's gonna need all the help he can get.
Foolish Earth woman! What makes you think I need such a paltry?
Because if these guys are as dangerous as you say, we need all the help we can get! Silence falls over the crowd as Vegeta considers this. He doesn't hit her as much as he wants to. She's got a point. So, he swallows his pride this once. And we'll hit her later. This is where we leave things off, with Vegeta getting Guru's power-up and them all taking off in order to get to the Dragon Balls. So what do you all think? Do you think Krillin will make a bigger role later on in Dragon Ball Z? Maybe she'll end up with someone. Actually, I want you to vote on that in that poll up there. You see, Krillin is looking for someone, and considering she's standing up now, she's showing Vegeta that she's not going to be left out of this. But at the same time, we know what will befall Yamcha if Vegeta goes back to the planet and gets nagged at by Bulma. He will see her worth, and he will mate with her, leaving Yamcha in the lurch. So, I want to leave it up to you all. Especially you, Death Cheat! No, this was actually pretty fun. I'm not going to be mad at you. Vegeta or Yamcha? It's up to you all as far as if this story continues with a Saiyan and a human, or just two humans for once. Not an android and a human, not a human and a half Saiyan, and not two humans and two full-blooded Saiyans. A human and a human relationship in Dragon Ball. Go figure. Either way, we'll get a human and a human relationship, which is brand new for the Dragon Ball series. Vote in the poll, and for more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming and Dragon Ball alike, hit that subscribe button down there. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
Human and a half Saiyan battle power.
I'm such a nerd.